Well, it's considered one of the most heinous crimes in Utah history. In 1974, the city of Ogden was shocked to find 3 people murdered and 2 others brutally tortured, but somehow survived inside of the hi-fi electronics store. Now, 45 years later, the victims have since passed away, their killers executed. But what happened that night has impacted many who can't shake those memories. Behind every crime, there's a story, and the truth matters. Here's ABC4 senior crime and punishment correspondent Marcos Ortiz with tonight's Justice Files.
It was a grisly scene that Ogden police came across that night in 1974. The victims were tortured and some shot to death. 2 survived. Police later learned the suspects were airmen from Hill Air Force Base. Now, the Ogden hi-fi murders had all the ingredients Hollywood producers look for in a movie, like the one made in 1991.
Look out! Man, what you do that for?
It's 1974, and Ogden police find bodies inside the hi-fi store. 3 are shot to death, and 2 others fight to stay alive.
There's police down there and everything, and I had no idea what was going on.
Dr. Byron Naisbitt's wife goes to the music shop looking for her son, but Courtney is caught in the middle of a robbery gone bad when Carol Naisbitt walks in.
Carrie?
Naisbitt dies at the hospital after she's shot in the head. 18-year-old Sherry Michelle Ansley is raped and killed. 20-year-old Stanley Walker also dies, but Walker's father Orrin and Courtney survived the brutal attacks.
I was surprised that she was alive at all.
The manhunt is on. Police search for their killers. A tip leads police to Hill Air Force Base. Police search a dumpster on the base after someone finds personal items of the victims. Back then, George Throckmorton is a forensic specialist with Ogden Police and searches the dumpster with another detective.
He stood up. He looked at the barracks, he pointed his finger, and he says, "That's where Del Pierre lives."
Pierre Dale Selby is an airman stationed at Hill Air Force Base. He's already a suspect in another murder. Police get a search warrant for his barracks.
And as I went over to lift up the carpet, between the carpet and the padding was a folded piece of paper. And as I opened the paper, it was a lease agreement for a storage unit that was just about a block from the hi-fi shop. So we went over to the storage unit that night and opened the door, and it was filled with all this hi-fi equipment that was stolen from the store.
Selby is arrested and charged with multiple counts of aggravated murder and attempted murder. Another airman, William Andrews, is an accomplice and faces similar charges. A getaway driver testifies against them. They're found guilty and sentenced to die. At a 1987 commutation hearing, Selby describes the brutal murders.
I just continued shooting. I figured, I shot Mrs. Nesbitt and just started shooting everybody else.
As part of their torture, Selby forces them to drink Drano.
When I was using the bathroom, I saw the Drano in there. I'm trying to remember the noise, they were making, the sound of pain, really.
He's executed in 1987, but Andrews' appeals extend 5 more years.
Anyone that's human would have remorse for what happened. I'm very ashamed of my participation in that crime. I feel a lot of remorse for the victims and the family of the victims.
Andrews never pulled the trigger, but faces the death penalty for being an accomplice. Andrews claims the death penalty targets African Americans.
There are numerous murder cases that came after me that were perpetrated by white people, and the death penalty, and in some cases not even first-degree murder, was even asked for. And why not?
African Americans in Utah throw their support for Andrews. They push for a commutation, claiming Andrews is only an accomplice. Reverend France Davis agrees, saying the justice system is unfair for people of color.
The death penalty was being used as a racist device, that there were more African Americans being put to death than there were any other group.
It was a tragic event that happened. It just happened to be black individuals who committed the crime.
Back then, Jim Gillespie is in law enforcement. He's a former Ogden police officer and investigator for the State Liquor Commission.
I believe in God, but I also believe almost like a lot of people talk about blood atonement, a life for a life. And so I do believe that those individuals need to be executed.
Gillespie later works for the Department of Corrections and announces Andrew's death to the media. It's a somber moment.
Very sorrowful because a life had been taken. A life is gone.
The two survivors, Orrin Walker and Courtney Naisbitt, are now deceased. His father, Dr. Byron Naisbitt, refuses to let the tragic event in 1974 alter his life. He remarries and eventually retires from his medical practice after delivering thousands of babies in Ogden.
My life's going to go on, hey. And nobody's going to change that but me. Nobody.